Posted by you/Alenia00. Changeling. No one believes me. My daughter has been swapped with something. It's not human. From what I could find on the internet, she may have been swapped with a fairy child. Of course, that sounds like nonsense, but I know how she was before, and I can assure you it is not her. My husband thinks I'm crazy, and threatened to take it from me. I wouldn't mind that, but I want my daughter back. The night before he said he'd take her, I had tried everything I could to lure fairies here, to trade her with this thing. It was to no avail. My only option was to plead with them in the wilderness. So, I took it, and drove to the forest. There, I put out offerings of fruit, flowers, and shiny objects, such as cutlery. I sat there, on my knees, for hours. Still, nothing happened. It had the audacity to smile at me. Suddenly, I broke. I knew if I harmed it, I would never get my daughter back, but I had a feeling I wouldn't ever see her again, anyway. I picked up a rock and hit its smile off until it stopped moving. Posted by you/inviting oblivion. The itch. It was feeling itchy. So much that I simply couldn't take it anymore. So much that it almost made me go crazy. It all started last night. It was a burning feeling inside my chest. It'll pass, I thought to myself. But it only got stronger as time went by. I found myself sitting on the bed in the middle of the night with tears flooding my cheeks like rivers. It was feeling itchy. So much that I simply couldn't take it anymore. So much that it almost made me go crazy. Traumatized and horrified, I closed my eyes, and when I opened them it was already morning. Somehow I managed to sleep and the agony just disappeared. I ate the breakfast normally. Lunch was fine too. However, while making myself dinner, just as it felt like nothing happened last night, it began to inflict pain again. This time it was almost precisely centered. It felt like this itch was coming from my heart. And then it intensified gradually. I told myself that it will eventually go away. I'll sleep well tonight, and then I won't feel a thing tomorrow. Maybe I'll see a doctor tomorrow. But it only got worse, and that's when I realized it only takes the time between 2 nights to let go of the resistance and finally go nuts. So here goes my last bit of strength, writing this down for you. I'm pretty sure that my body will be dry as a trunk soon, seeing all the blood on the bathroom floor. I couldn't wait another day. I just grabbed the closest sharp tool and cut my chest open. It was only when I scratched my heart with my nails that the suffering began to fade away. I couldn't care less about death, I'm just glad that it doesn't feel itchy anymore. Posted by you/0m1 Crow. Rules for the Lost World. On the long stretches of baking asphalt highways of Arizona, there is a lurking threat. Most people do not experience it, let alone hear of it. There are predators dwelling in the scorched desert. Why they hunt us is unknown, but it certainly isn't for food. These creatures do not capture in the traditional sense. Rather, they take to another plane of existence dubbed the Lost World. The way to tell if you have been ensnared by these things is if everything electrical, including your car, shut down, then immediately turn back on, and your gas gauge swings to empty. Below is a list of rules that will save you if this happens to you. Don't wander too far from the road. If you lose sight of the road, you will never see it again. Don't stop at any gas station. While your gauge may read empty, you will never run out of fuel. The gas station is a trap. Once you enter that dingy gas station, you have been marked. If you are marked, things will only be harder. If you see a man in a suit with a bloody nose by the side of the road, pick him up. He will provide food, water, and directions out. If he does not have a bloody nose, turn around and drive as fast as you can. If you see someone, whistle. If they freeze, run. You have awakened a mimic. Following number 4, if they don't freeze they are another person who has been trapped in the same world as you. It would most likely be beneficial to stay with them. Only sleep in a hotel, but only in the lobby. If you go to another part of the lobby, you won't be able to leave the hotel. Don't turn on the radio. All you will hear are the dying screams of your loved ones. It's not pleasant. If you see cows or sheep crossing the road, stop, turn off everything, and wait for them to pass. Don't make any noise either. Those aren't livestock, and they will kill you. Don't glance behind your back. If you hear the ticking of a clock, cover your eyes. Don't open them until a few minutes after the ticking stops. If you have a gun, shoot yourself. This is the easiest way out of the lost world. If you smell cotton candy while driving, pull over, step out, and wait a few minutes, then continue. Posted by u/-an-ecat. I'm luckier than the rest of the population. Men in scrubs arrived to the hospital I'm confined in. They're looking for test subjects for the recently completed vaccine, and I'm highly qualified, as they say. An opportunity to save the human race, they tell me. If I agree, I will receive pay enough to cover our living expenses for 5 years. 5 years. I try to maintain my cool, but already, my mind's screaming. A lot of money can solve a lot of problems. I just can't believe my luck. I remember my daughter, Sam, waiting for me at my old mother's home. When I was brought here, I was told that this will only take a few days. I agreed to be tested despite showing no symptoms. Asymptomatic carrier was what they labeled me. I was told not to return home until I get the clear from my attending physician. I stayed because I'm scared I might infect my daughter. But it's already been weeks. I'm worried about Sam and Nana. The doctors won't let me call them as I might spread the virus around. But the table has turned now that there's a promise of a better future. When I get home, I will buy Sam the electric bicycle she's been nagging me to buy. I'll also buy a heater for Nana so she won't have to boil water before taking a bath every morning. When I get home, life will be significantly better. It doesn't even take me a moment to agree to go with the men in scrubs. I scratch, and scratch, and scratch as the rashes keep on coming. First, they cover my eyelids, then my temple. Until I can't open my eyes anymore. I scratch again until I feel a trickle of warm liquid on the tip of my fingers. I smell a faint whiff of iron on my hands. I try not to gag. Next, rashes appeared on the side of my mouth. Until opening my mouth becomes a torture. I bit my tongue to endure the itch. I bit so hard I spit blood. Still, the rashes keep on coming. They keep on coming, I can feel them in my sleep. I don't feel well. My joints are aching. I feel the world spinning on my feet. I scream for help, but I don't hear an answer. It's eerily quiet outside the facility. It's been like that for days now. No one has attended to me since the rashes appeared. I take a deep breath. I endure. Once I get out, our life will be better. Sam and Nana will be proud. 'Cause I was told I'm luckier than most. I will save the human race.